All right, welcome to Computer Programming 3. My after school hours are Monday and Tuesdays until 4 p.m. by appointment. There's a form on Google Classroom if you guys need me to stay after you need some specific instruction on something. The objectives that we're looking at getting for Computer Programming 3 is we're going to continue learning Java, but now we're going to start focusing more on data structures, design patterns, things that we can use to help solve problems when we're doing much more robust programs. If we have time, we're also going to get into machine learning. So getting the computer to use neural nets and learn good predictive algorithms all on its own by feeding it data. We are going to be building more robust programs using libgdx or Java Swing, so we'll have that graphical interface. Okay, my expectations are the same. It's the 5 B's: be prepared, be on time, be respectful, be accountable, be consistent, and of course to follow all Licking Heights High School policies and procedures. Failure to follow expectations is a warning and documentation, parental contact, and after-school detention, and administrative referral. Okay, in this class, most of the work must be done in class due to software requirements. However, I'm providing videos if you have a computer and how to install the software and have source control so you can work on stuff at home. Headphones with a mic are required in this class. You will be doing screencasting in this class, so you will have to record explanations of you walking through the code and giving demonstrations of your code working. If you don't have headphones with mic, you can purchase them from me for $2. I'll put it in a Ziploc bag with your name on it. It will be only your headphones, but I will store them in the classroom for your use. If you have iPhone mic headphones and you need an adapter, I have a few of those. You can buy those from me for $6. I'm not trying to make any profit. I purchased them in bulk. I'm not making any promises on their operability since I purchased them in bulk. Any additional supplies I will provide to you. My grading policy has changed a little bit. 40% of your grade is projects. This is a project-based class. That is a flipped, blended, hybrid type class. So most of your work that you're doing in class is based on doing your projects. 20% of your grade is still professionalism. So that's my expectations of you as an employee, and my classroom is like a workplace. Walking in when the bell rings, you are late. If you are not actively logging into your computer when the bell rings, you are late. If you're distracting others, if you're playing memes, if you're on YouTube and not actually trying to do your work, that's professionalism. 20% of your grade is on quizzes. I'm going to quiz you bi-weekly on the code that you are learning because I'm expecting that you are able to regurgitate the information that you have learned. 20% of your grade is based on effort and time management. We are going to start managing our projects using Trello. Trello is a Kanban card system. It's free software to use. It's really simple. Basically, we can create a board of things that we have to do. So we could create a list that is the stuff that I have to do and the stuff that I'm working on and the stuff that I'm done with. And I can create a card. This would be an example of a card. I can have a description. I can give myself a due date on it. I can attach YouTube videos like screencasts for things that I need to show me as a teacher. I could attach other Trello cards to it to be able to navigate back and forth from each card. I could create checklists of things that I need to check off as I'm accomplishing them. I could have linked cards that I could also check off of things that I need to do. I can write comments of my progress or where I stopped at. This is kind of replacing our mastery journal. This is a industry standard. We're going to start getting really used to this. This is something that really can help organize other areas in your life too, like other classes. We will be doing estimates on how much time we think it's going to take for each piece, and we're going to be doing for how much time we actually take. Okay. I can move the cards when I have accomplished that task to maybe a done pile or a review pile. So that is what we're going to be doing. That's what I'm going to end up grading you for your effort and your time management. If you have 2 weeks to get certain parts of your program done, your project done, and you wait till the very last minute, I am tracking that time. So if you end up getting all the way to the end and you don't completely finish, you're going to get marked down in effort and time management because you did not put much effort in. You wasted a lot of time. Procedures. Entering the class is the same. I'm expecting you to enter quietly, sit in your seat, log into Google Classroom, get started on your Do Now activity. Passes. I don't allow passes first and last 10 minutes of class. You only get 3 passes per quarter. Unused passes, you'll get 5 bonus points in professionalism for each unused pass. You'll not be granted a pass for interrupting a class for any reason. I don't like malingering. So if you use a pass to go to the bathroom, I'm expecting that you are going to be back within 5 minutes. Failure to follow these instructions will cause a loss of your pass privileges for the remainder of the quarter. Food, gum, or candy, not allowed in the classroom near the computers. You could bring food or drink into the classroom, but it has to be placed on the desk next to the door for the remainder of the class. You are allowed to get up and go to the desk to get a drink, but then you need to head back to your class, and the drink needs to stay on that desk next to the door. Food, you could set it on the desk when you come into class, but it's not to be consumed at all during class time. Cell phones and headphones. I allow technology as a tool and not a crutch. So if you are using your cell phone for texting, making phone calls, going to any social media site, making purchases, anything that is not used for your learning is not allowed. Cell phones may not be plugged into any computer for to charge or to transfer any files unless I give you permission. I do have a charging station at the back of the classroom. It's on a first come, first served basis. You may use that to charge your cell phone. However, if you do choose to use the charging station, your cell phone will remain there for the remainder of the class. Cell phones are only used for enhancing your learning. So if you're using a phone to watch a video because you have an iPhone, you don't have your iPhone headphone adapter, that's okay. As long as you are using it for your learning and it's a tool and not a crutch. Headphones may not be used unless I direct you to use them. Music may not be used unless I direct you to use it, and it's not distracting to others. So if others can hear your music, that's distracting. That's professionalism. YouTube is not a music resource that is allowed in class. You guys can use Pandora if I have given permission to use headphones while you guys are working. You guys can use your cell phone to play music if I've given permission. YouTube is not okay. YouTube is only allowed if you're trying to use it to solve your problem. So you're trying to research something. My class is a no whining zone. As always, we will maintain an environment of professionalism. If you're tardy for any reason, you come in quietly. You don't need to disturb the class. Either hand your pass to me or place it on my desk. Our structure for the class is always the same. So you can log in to Google Classroom, see what you need to do for that day, and get started. If I need to get your attention, I'm going to clap twice. Once you hear my clap, stop what you're doing, face me, remain quiet. I'll put out whatever I need to put out, and then I'll let you guys get back on task. The only reason that I would do that is if I have something that I feel is important that I need to put out to all of you guys, or if I need to bring you guys in to explain some topic of the instruction that seems unclear to the majority of the students. If you need to get my attention, that's what the yellow flags that are on your workstation are for. You put it up if you need to get my attention, and you continue working. It's not an excuse to start disturbing others. Continue to try to work around your problem. However, I will add this because I am a big proponent of a collaborative working environment. The first thing that you need to use is use the technology that's afforded to you. So I'm expecting that you have tried researching your problem on Google or in YouTube and you are unable to find the answer. The second thing is that you have talked to your neighbors next to you to see if they have any insight into how to solve your problem. If you did not get an answer from those first two options, then go ahead and put up your flag. If you've put up your flag and I find out that you have not done option 1 or option 2, either researching on the internet using the computer, or talking to your neighbor and asking for help, I will walk away. I am not going to feed you the answers. I want you to try to arrive to them by having to work at it. When you work at trying to find the answers, you learn better, you retain more. Okay? If you have any questions during instruction time, raise your hand. I will call on you when I'm able or when I'm finished. Moving around during the class, you're expected to be in your seats unless given permission to do to move around. At the end of the period, you will only start cleaning up your area and logging off your systems when I direct you to do so. At that time, you'll start packing up your belongings. You will wait at your seats until I dismiss you. The bell does not dismiss you, I dismiss you. Homework. Most of the work needs to be done in class due to software requirements. However, preparing for class by researching and reviewing material is encouraged and expected. I'm expecting you to budget about 5 to 10 hours a week outside of class, researching the material, making sure that you are well prepared for class to be coding in class. You should not use most of the time in class for doing research. You will run out of time. Use your time wisely in class. Late work. I will not accept projects past 2 days after their original due date. I plan in additional time in your project due date to make sure that you can hit your deadlines. If you turn in your project, it happens. If you have to turn in your project after the original due date, I will deduct 20% off of your grade. So if you were going to get 100, you would only get an 80. Okay? So it's in your best interest to make sure that you're hitting your due dates. If you have a 504, because I already plan in extra time, you're only going to get a week extension. Late projects. If you try to turn in your project after the final turn-in, so 2 days after the original due date, I will not accept it. It will be a 0. Trello project tracking, entering your time in for the projects that you've been working on. That can only be completed the day of the project. You cannot try to put in all your time at the end of the project. That will grade you down. I'm expecting that you are tracking your daily tasks that you are doing and making sure that you're staying on task. If you're tardy, my policy has not changed. First tardy is a warning. Second tardy is a 30-minute after-school detention. Served Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday after school, not Wednesday morning. Third tardy, I take 20 points from your professionalism grade. Your parents are notified, and you serve 2 30-minute detentions. Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday after school. Fourth tardy, I'm also going to take 20 points deducted from your professionalism grade, but then I'm going to refer you to administration. Absences. If you have an excused absence, you can make up your work with an extension equaling the number of days you missed. Okay? But your makeup work needs to be made up, and you need to be tracking what you need to make up. It is your responsibility of the student to make sure that you are identifying what you missed while you were out and to turn in that work by the end of the extension. If you turn it into me after the end of your extension, or you failed to turn it into me at all because you were absent, you had an excused absence, it will result in a 0. If you have any work due to an unexcused absence, it will result in a 0. My classroom culture, it's the same. It's a collaborative working environment. We are treating it like a workplace. I'm expecting that you are working together. If you have some issues, you will talk with other students. Try to figure out what they did. What I don't want to happen is I don't want a person to do the work for you. I want you to learn it. That's why we have quizzes, so that you can make sure that you know the material yourself and you can regurgitate that information. All right, welcome to Computer Programming 3. We're going to do some really cool stuff.